So at this point, I already know I've got 3 casualties. I step past Aaron, get the crake on my guy, step past him, and I've got 2 more NMRG guys already in this courtyard, waist-high wall around maybe a classroom, or a courtyard the size of like a high school classroom upstairs here at South Mississippi. So not a very large space. We're setting up defensive positions there because we don't know entirely why the building blew up. But as we're moving out, take contact from 270 degrees. So our northwest, and south, we're now getting engaged from as close as 50 meters away. And it's like, oh. So, we've got that other team that's in an overwatch position. They're about 600 or 800 meters away, but they're elevated. So they're able to start just hammering targets for us. Got miniguns going off overhead, 240s and M2. Like every weapon they had was coming into our green zone, which is exactly what we need to do. We had our building and our vehicles as cover. So their weapons are now able to engage anything that wasn't us. And it was probably what saved our ass. That and some Viper lines dropping the big bombs. Right. But never mind the Air Force guys at this point.
Yeah, of course.
So with the contact we immediately started receiving, it was determined we're going to make our CCP there in the courtyard because we don't have the ability to move across our open terrain to get to a different CCP that would be potentially better over by the trucks. We can make it all organized and all the things that we like to try and do training, but it's not training, it's real. So I've got dudes before contact broke out, they knew the building blew up, so they're bringing aid bags and litters off the trucks, and this CCP just becomes a melee of man, equipment. Oh man, it was crazy. It was the craziest CCP I've ever seen. But what was also nice about it was because it was small, I was able to quickly move from patient to patient to patient and develop my load plans. What I didn't do is write them down. I never marked patients of you're number 1, you're number 2. It was all in my head, which as the scenario drove on, like, cool, I've got 6, 7 patients. I've got a massive TBI at this point, not really recognizing that in myself. So I'm counting patients at one point to my captain. I'm like, we've got 1 here, 2 here. I already sent 2 dudes down to the trucks. We got 5, 7. Cool. And I've got a couple of guys had helmet cams. There's, yeah, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. It's not that I forgot how to count, but later on, like in some of those videos and audio clips, it's, hey man, where's this guy at? And it's dudes that have already sent to our PZ posture CCP or to the trucks. And I'm like, I don't know where my guys are. So losing accountability and trying to now, hey man, like, I need you to go find this guy. Yeah, that's really cool in a firefight, right? Like, hey, we're going to do a search party because I don't remember where I put a guy. And had I written it down, I've got my cheat cards in my admin pouch or on my quarterback sleeve for a reason, didn't use any of them. And so, that's kind of that lesson learned too. Of like, man, like, document your shit, not just your patients. Like, oh, I gave this patient this much drug and hit, all of his misreport stuff. But like, where are you putting patients? What's your load plan? Guys think that they're 18 Charlies or they're team sergeants or team leaders should be making that. And the reality is they don't know medicine, so they don't know who's important medically to get off the ground. They don't know if my aircraft can take 2 urgents and 2 priorities or 2 priorities and 2 routines, where the configuration is, what setup of guys I need to get out and when. And if I'm not writing it down, when I start sending guys out, I'm going to lose complete control of my CCP. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm not the team leader. I'm not the team sergeant. I own everything that goes on in that CCP. It's the senior belt on the ground. So if you're the senior medic, you got to own it. You can't just go, oh, cool, team sergeant's going to develop the plan because first bird out, team sergeant went. It was one of my casualties. Fox was one of my casualties. My Alpha was massive T-butt. He ended up getting medic retired. My senior Bravo's a casualty. My senior